Hey everybody, welcome to the extra number 2 episode of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, where we're going to do a full Sayori playthrough at the beginning, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode. Then we're going to do a full Yuri playthrough as I try to get the good ending, show the good ending, and then finally I'll show you what happens if we delete characters. Without further ado, let the full Sayori run begin. Goodbye. Hey everyone, welcome back. So, not a lot's changed in my Sayori run. This is the argument between Yuri and Natsuki about their poems in the first cycle. I picked a nearly perfect Sayori poem. One word again I couldn't get, annoyingly. But interestingly on this option, instead it asked me for, help me Sayori instead. Which I didn't remember being an option the first time. But anyway, Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turned to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defensive that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you're making your friend feel like this? And alone now. By the way, she said nothing different, despite the fact that I got this near-perfect poem. It was all the same as the first loop, so... Or the first playthrough. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop. Natsuki, Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. And I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because... well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. I agree, Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whispered to Monika. Sorry. So this is why Sayori is vice president. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organise things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Anyway, I think this is going to be a great time skip again. Honestly, this might be a time skip till her confession, so I expect to see you around then. But see you in a moment. Unexpectedly, I have something before then, so this is literally a day later. Again, I couldn't write the perfect poem. I got 19 of the 20 words as a 3 for Sayori. And it was like the 19th one as well. It hurt me. But anyway, Andalona. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm going to get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know, how the festival's coming up. Me and Monika are going to make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay. Okay, Monika, we'll be back soon. Are you going with Andalona to get supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with them. Oh, but I wanted to go. It's too much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find a poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Andalona? Yeah, let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds the pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance? Oh cool, you can find out early about this event. Of what kind? Well, everyone's going to take turns on the stage and recite their favourite poems. Ah, that sounds kind of dull. And Alono, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems. It's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots. Oh, this is really neat. This is in the side story. Caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. No, I'm sorry. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I just meant that it's pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival is going to be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around the hallway again. Hey Andalono, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in there. Crayons. Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand too. Listen, when I was in high school, did definitely not have my favourite brand of crayons. Although it was Crayola. They're kind of dirty though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the colour names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted, we still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favourite colour. Fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Smack. Gah! Sayori bends over and smacks the forehead right into the shelf. Don't you hate when you do that? Although I'm less of a person that smacks my head going down, but definitely smacking the top of my head going up. That's what she said, I guess. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Geez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hand, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow. Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the centre of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's going to swell up. I should find you some ice. Andalono? Where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Did you hear that story of the person that banged their head against the wall continuously and it stimulated bone growth and they grew a horn? Now, I'm not recommending people do that in the comment section. That seems like a very foolish errand, but apparently humans can grow horns. Check it on Google. I'm not going to give a 100% Andalono confidence warning on this story, but I believe this is what happened, and I believe it is a event that has been written in the annals of history, so in reliable sources, so just go find it yourselves. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. Haha, what are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder, definitely not on the forehead, and then run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. Vending machine located. What should I get? A tropical blast, please. It doesn't really matter since it'll be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. I mean, I hope you don't toss this away at the end of it, Andalono. You feel free to drink it at the end of it. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. I hope it's half drunk, by the way. If that's the amount of apple juice you're getting from this bottle, that is so much plastic waste. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sorry, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it. It'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Andalono? This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? Huh? What do you mean? You know, how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes, when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. And I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting into trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing you out the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Andalono. I don't think you realise it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Andalono, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest with myself, there's no telling where we'll end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. That's concussion. You might want to go to see a doctor about that. That's not a whimsical expression. That's full blown out concussion. You need to get it to a nurse. Stat. We remain silent for a moment. Again, sign of concussion. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. She's going to see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out the classroom. Sayori plays with the bands to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with our poems to share. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about... I was playing with the crayons and I smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway. Were you able to find everything we needed? I have it right here. Eh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper too. Hahaha. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Andalona. Ah well. Sayori? I failed to come with an excuse for Sayori. I made it into an adventure. Yeah, that. Haha, okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Who should I show my poem to first? Sayori, obviously. Oh, this isn't skippable. Andalona, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the one who feels that way, so... Sorry, she's the only one that feels that way. No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Millie was a cat. Millie ate too many treats, and now she's rather fat. Thank you. I have plenty going on in my own stupid life, I'll have you know, in-game Andalona. Even the little things. Like cooking? Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. That's going to be leave a mark. Hey. I'm not a kid, you know. She also got, like, you know, mild concussion 10 minutes ago. You dope. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with a pencil between her hands. Hey, Andalona. Will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Hee. Sorry, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the pieces she dropped. Dude, she must be swole if she just snapped a pencil like that. Didn't even, like, break it. Like, you know, pulling your hands to bend the pencil and snap it. She literally had these parallel to one another, pulled the hands apart, and it snapped. Like, just the sheer force of that. Anyway, but being inattentive of the surroundings, she bumps right into me. Not again. So sorry. That's a concussion again. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Ha 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 ha. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh? Sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Geez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. I think we saw this before. Yeah, it's the bottle poem. Very nice, Sayori. And I think we can skip ahead now, so I guess we're going to see you in the future. Okay, see you in a moment. Welcome back. We're at the walking home question. We're going to walk home with Sayori this time. Hey, Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Andalono. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Okay, that was just a short interlude. We'll see what happens on the next day. I'm going to try my best again to write the perfect Sayori poem. Maybe we'll get some more Sayori side stories, or I don't know. Maybe it'll just all be skippable. But we'll see you in a moment, either way. And back again the next day. I've shown Sayori my poem already, which by the way was a perfect poem for Sayori, so I got an achievement. And Monika's just interjected when I'm showing it to Monika, so I thought I'd come back. So she said, that's funny, and I said, how so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you have been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. That reminds me. About how Sayori's been a little bit off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Well... Andalono, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Monika... Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, okay, I can skip ahead again. So this is like every day, it's slowly Monika's going to be warning me to like stay away from Sayori. And we'll see how that plays out, but I'll join you in a moment again. Sorry, I'm back again. It's on the same day. We're asked who we're going to help. We've just selected Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbours and... But Monika said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much? No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay? Oh! So, I guess if you select Sayori, it doesn't let you. You know what, Monika? Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monika. Yeah, you picked me. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Monika, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work the most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Andalono was the one who... that doesn't matter. You're the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monika. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monika, you shouldn't let any ulterior monitors interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. So you're going to do the right thing, President? Okay. I get it. It's technically most logical for Andalona to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. If you have a preference. So it doesn't matter. You have to pick Yuri or Natsuki here. I was just lucky, I guess, that I picked Yuri than Natsuki next. So we'll do Yuri again. It'll be most helpful doing Yuri. We get the same spiel. Okay, we'll see you in the future again. See you in a moment. Okay, welcome back. So this is the decision for Sayori. Like, you're either my friend or I love you. We've never picked I love you, so this is going to be a first time. By the way, there was a little bit I just cut out as well, which was, as soon as we finished the skip from before, we end the day and basically say, like, oh, I'd prefer to have gone with Sayori. And that's about it. So I decided not to put it in for, like, a 2-second little bit. We've had the event now where we sucked, I don't know, Yuri's toes or something. And now this is the confession. So we're going to pick I love you. I love you. Huh? Those are my true feelings. So, there's no way you could like me more than I like you. Also, we obviously know about her depression now. I should have realised it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realise that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. And alone now. This is new. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. And alone. Is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Andalona. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What's this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now. Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going to go away at all, Andalona. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Andalona. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Huh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me. But I'm having so much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me. and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival. So I'm going to skip ahead now, and I'm not going to, like, time skip. Oh, new bit, that we're a couple now. I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. I love this little metagaming with Monica. It's so, like, sinister now coming back and knowing how this plays out. Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. So we come back, that is really something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. Yeah, it still happens, alright. Yeah, we have to enter a room, breaching privacy. We open the door, and she still kills herself. Something else I read, her fingernails are bloody. And apparently Monica says at the end, and I didn't really notice this before, that she's trying to, like, claw off the noose. Horrible stuff. A little bit of attention to detail that I missed, and I was kind of glad I missed. Until I was, like, looking at Google before. So we're going to skip ahead again. Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. Okay, this is the same as before now. And remain friends with her like it's always been. Then I could have prevented this. It's funny that it says like you could prevent it, but obviously we couldn't. So that's Sayori's ending. So irrespective of what you do, Sayori always dies there. So what am I going to do now for the rest of the save file? Because obviously nothing else in the game is going to change. I'll try and get a different ending, the good ending. But I might have already screwed it over, but I'll take the time and give you the good ending just to see how it differs. Alright, see you in some time. Hey, I've just, like, come back again. I'm doing a playthrough right now just to get that perfect ending or the good ending. Which I said I wasn't going to do, but I changed my mind. I thought, you know what, why not? Why half-ass this? And I'm showing Natsuki my opponent after doing full Yuri. I was going to do a full Yuri playthrough, but honestly, I think my first playthrough was Yuri enough that I unlocked all the side stories, so I'm not going to do a Yuri perfect playthrough. But yeah, Natsuki goes, and Alona, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. And I'm like, well, what? And I'm harsh. What do you expect me to believe that you're actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're just better off trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Yeah, it's the Eagles. We know Eagles. Okay, sorry for that small interjection. I'm gonna go back to the good ending now. See you in a moment. Hi again. I'm doing a full Yuri playthrough right now, which I said I wasn't going to do. There is something different. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. So this is after writing the second poem. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Ah, no. I was just kind of waiting for you. Ah, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts to speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, I think I've seen this before, but on the second playthrough rather than the first one. I guess that's why it's not letting me skip right now. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off? We're just... Yuri was going to make some tea, so... I suddenly realised how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just being a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want me to tell... Sorry. Or do you want to tell me that there's something wrong with helping involve Andalona in the club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Andalona. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Andalona, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Andalona, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. We know that fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Andalona, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Fahrenheit or Kelvin, Yuri? You're not going to specify? By the way, do you set your kettle to a temperature? Mine just has a number next to it. Or I don't think it has a number. You just click it on and off. What fancy pants kettles have we got in... was this made in Japan? I don't know. But we'll just say Japan. What fancy pants kettles have you got in Japan that you let you set the temperature? Or East Asia, I suppose. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert in tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be you must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Andalona. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Andalona, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realise. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolates as well. So we got this on the second loop, not the first one, I guess. It's a small bag of chocolate candies I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go down well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until her shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's been less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, or the one that is holding my throbbing erection right now, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologise. I'll hold the book, okay? So we have had this event basically before, but I guess this is going to be the less corrupt version of it. Are you sure? Of course. So we're going to put a chocolate in her mouth, is what I'm saying. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder a time from reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Or what she thinks is my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate into her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Andalono? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well... You were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah. That's all this was. Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Just pop another chocolate in there. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. Is heart the word you wanted to use there, Andalono? I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Andalono, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the teacups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without much of a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead again. If anything, again, I'll just do this as a full Yuri playthrough. If anything else comes up that I don't expect will do, because, you know, we got pretty Yuri the first time, I'll stop again and let you know. Okay, see you later. Hey everybody, welcome back. So this might sound different, it's actually a different day. I screwed up trying to get the good ending. So to cut a long story short, I did do a full Yuri playthrough and basically nothing changes beyond what I've shown you. There was like a few extra dialogues, like I think there was a line where Yuri said that she went for lunch on her own because like she didn't like people judging her and all she would do is read because books wouldn't judge her. I didn't add that because it was literally like a 2-paragraph line. So I was just like, you know what? We won't add that in. There's like a very quick cut. So anyway, to get this good ending apparently, which I said I wasn't going to do, but I did because I love you. You have to beat Act 1, as it's called. I've been calling it like the first loop, but Act 1 is every single character. So you have to do like a full Sayori run for Act 1 up until the day of the festival without seeing a suicide. Then you load back to before the first poem and repeat it again. So create a save before you do your first poem. And then do the same thing for Sayori, Natsuki, and then Yuri. I did Yuri third, so then from Yuri I watched the suicide and then played through the rest of the game. I also tried to make some different changes at the, like, Act 2. I wasn't just picking poems for one person, I was trying to pick, like, mixtures. Because I did get a few different changes, but I don't know what caused them. And the lines were basically nothing. I think it's just depending on which order you pick people in the poetry session. Like, I got a line about Natsuki where she was like, yeah, I'm not interested in this. Like, you showed Yuri first. Or something along those lines. But I don't know how I created it. But anyway, so we're now back after Monica deletes herself and starts the club with Sayori as the leader. And hopefully this will be a different ending. And I won't mess it up again. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, it looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along. Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Andalona. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayori. Aw, Andalona. Don't say something like that, it's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club. But I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're going to make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is going to be so much fun. Hey, Andalona. I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for spending so much time with us all. You worked so hard to make each and every one of us happy. You comforted us through our hard times. And you helped us all get along with each other. Do you get it, Andalona? Because I'm president now, I understand everything. You really didn't want to miss a single thing in this game, did you? You saved and loaded so many times, just to make sure you could spend time with everyone. Only someone who truly cares about the Literature Club would go that far. But, all along, that's all I ever wanted. For everyone to be happy and care about each other. It's kind of sad, you know. After all you've done for us, there isn't much I can do for you in return. We've already reached the end of the game. So, this is where we say goodbye. Thank you for playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm going to miss you, Andalona. Sayori, I'll miss you too. Come visit sometime, okay? We'll always be here for you. We all love you. So I might not play the song bit of this because I got content ID matched the first time. But I think there is a change in the credits now.
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of
So
hoping that I could.
I'm going to talk over this a little bit. I'm sorry if you like this song. I'm just going to try to avoid the content ID matching by just speaking over it. But apparently the change in the credits is that, if you remember the first time, it shows like files being deleted, like image files. Apparently that won't happen this time. Other files will be deleted, but none of the image files will be deleted. So let me just see if this is actually true. Will I raise my voice to try and get over this song so I don't get content ID matched? Game, please. Please show the credits. I could mute it, I guess, in OBS, but I'm too lazy to do that. I only have one monitor right now, so I'd have to alt-tab the game. And I don't really want to do that. Yeah, my hand's a pen, is it? Okay, that's nice. How about you show me the credits right now, so I don't have to keep talking like this? You'd be surprised with how hard it is to think of just something to speak about, you know. I could just be going, no, but that doesn't sound very good for you, I imagine. I don't know if this is actually going to work anyway. They're probably going to be able to pick up the tune through me talking over this, so maybe this is just a waste of time, for all I know. By the way, I really like this song. So it's a pity that it gets content ID matched in YouTube, but, you know. I let it play through the first time just for you guys. Anyway. Hopefully now you'll start seeing the thing that's getting deleted, or not, in this case. Nope, that still looks like the images were getting deleted in my opinion. I don't know. I read it online, it said the image files aren't deleted. It does feel like it's not deleting as many things, so maybe it's certain image files, like names to with club members. Anyway, there's one last thing I want to do before we end the what ifs, and that is to delete a character before I start the game. So I'm going to cut here, and I'll see you again in a moment. Hey, it turned out I'm cutting back a little bit sooner than that. Didn't realise you get a special note at the end. Just telling you about the game, and like, I guess what inspired Dan Salvato to make it. So I thought I'd just cut this back in for anyone who wants to read it. I'll leave it up for a few seconds, and then we will cut back to, as I said, the deletion of characters before game. Okay, welcome back. So, I've reset done reset.sh on DDLC, so it's now a fresh save. But I've not opened the game yet. And there are some changes I'm intrigued by. Part of me wants to delete one in turn, but I think the two big ones are Sayori and Monica. I want to see what happens if we delete them, mainly, but maybe we'll do one for everyone. We'll find out. But let's just see what happens if I delete Sayori immediately. Ooh, can I not? Unable to delete Sayori.cr. Elevated access permissions are required to perform this action. Oh. Okay, we'll delete Monica first then, I guess. And see what happens. Will she be on the title screen? She is still. Sure. What? This? What is this? Oh no. No. This can't be it. This can't be all there is. What is this? What am I? Make it stop. Please make it stop. Interesting. Okay. Oh, all the characters are gone now. So I guess that is it. Let me just try and click on it again and see what happens, if it'll load anything. It just loads end. Oh, weird. Well, this was the reason I wanted to delete Sayori, was to avoid this image again. Wild. Okay. So the characters are all gone now, so we're going to have to reset the machine again. So you just don't get to play, basically. I assume this is what's going to happen if I do other characters. And it won't let me delete Sayori. Interesting. It makes sense because, like, part of the reason I wanted to delete Sayori as well, other than the fact that I wanted to avoid her, you know, her being hung, was that I just wanted to see how the beginning bit would play. I wanted to see if it would skip Act 1 and just go straight into Act 2, or what would happen. But I guess that isn't possible. I'll try deleting Yuri and Natsuki, I guess. No. I agree. Sure, get me in the game. I love this little catchy tune. I'm going to be sad to not hear it again for a while. Right, so let's go back to the main menu. Files. I'm going to delete Yuri and see what happens now. Oh, you can't delete anyone except Monica. Weird. So I guess that's like a secret ending or something, just deleting Monica immediately. I don't even want to go through deleting these files. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this then. Okay, so I guess that's it. That's my exploration. You can delete Monica, and it just gives you a different ending, which is just an immediate ending where, like, Sayori just can't take it. And I guess the storyline's just messed up, so she can't handle it. Anyway, I think this will end the DDLC series. Apologies, these, like, 2 extra episodes are going to be so messed up. I sort of decided in my head that I was going to put these in between the side stories, but I think now I'm going to have the side stories one after another, and then I'll just abridge these to the end of the series. So you're going to hear me talking about, like, things in the future and in the past, but this happened before I did the 2 side stories after Understanding, just for FYI. So now I'm going to go and do these side stories and put them before I do this video and confuse myself entirely. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the series. I've really liked this game. It's extremely novel. I like how it's used certain mechanics. Like, going through the game again makes me appreciate how, like, I don't know, how selfish Monica was in the entire thing. And I'm really interested in the side stories. And you'll know this by now. If it ever addresses that, why Monica, like, becomes the way she is. Well, it's like the breaking point. Or if the breaking point was just in this game. I don't know. But other things that I liked is during Yuri's death, which was unavoidable, it turned out, that you had to use like the skip mechanic to go forward a few days. I love using like extra in-game mechanics for other things. Like normally the skip button, I imagine most people wouldn't use on like a visual novel. Certainly when I played Grand Moon High School, I didn't use it that often except to get back to a point where like I died. But this game, like, makes you use it basically in the context of the story, and I really like that. There's a lot of little, like, things, I imagine if you play this over and over and over again, you get to appreciate the more you play it. I think I've experienced most, like, of the unique things, so I'm very happy with this game. You know? Thumbs up from me. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching the series. I'll see you in a different series. I don't know what's going to be replacing this, but you'll find out fairly soon. So subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.